Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video we are going to learn about the deadlock detection algorithm. So in the previous videos we have seen about the deadlock characteristics and avoidance and Banker's algorithm. So here we are going to know the detection algorithm for the single instance and multiple instance types. Okay, so deadlock detection mechanism for a single instance of a resource type and multiple instance of a resource type is very different. So we can detect the deadlocks using the wait for graph for a single instance resource type and detect using the detection algorithm for multiple instance of resource type. Okay, so in the case of the single instance resource type, so we are going to use the wait for graph. So it is a wait for graph is similar to the resource allocation graph. Okay, so here PGI, so here we are going to take the nodes as a process and so resources are not taken. So the edges, so we are going to represent the edges. If suppose the process P1 is waiting for the resource which is held by the process P2, then it can be represented as P2, P1 to P2. That means P1 is waiting for the resource which is held by the process P2. Okay, so here we are not representing any resource for the wait for graph. Like it is a modified version of the resource allocation graph, we can say. Okay, so periodically invoke an algorithm that searches for a cycle in the graph. So if there is a cycle, then there exists a deadlock, right? For a single instance type, if the of a resource, if there is a cycle, then there is a deadlock. An algorithm to detect a cycle in the graph requires an order of n square operations, where n is a number of vertices in the graph. Okay, so this is a wait for graph. So this is the wait for graph, and this is the corresponding resource allocation graph. So P1 to R1, and so P1 is requesting the R1 and it is holding the R2. Okay, and P2 is holding the R1 and it is requesting the R6 which is held by P3, right? So now this can be represented here using the wait for graph. So here P1 is requesting the resource which is held by P2, right? So P1 to P2, and then P2 is requesting the resource R5, so which is held by P3. So that's why edge 2 from P2 to P3. Next, P4 is requesting the resource R by P1. So P4 to P1. So there is a edge. And similarly here, so P3 to P4, right? So here P4, sorry, P3 is requesting the R5 which is held by P4. Okay, and P2 is requesting the resource which is held by P5. So that's why there is a edge from P2 to P5. Okay, so instead of representing with the resource, we are directly pointing to the process which is holding the resource. So this is how we can solve the single instance type using the wait for graph. So if there is a cycle, then it leads to a deadlock. Okay, so now let us see the deadlock detection algorithm for the multiple instance type resource. Okay, so here work equals to available. That means we are assigning the available resources to as a work. And for I equals to 1 to n, if allocation is not equals to 0, so here allocation is not equals to 0, then so finish of I equals to false. Otherwise finish of I equals to true. That means if allocation is not equals to 0, then finish of I equals to false. That means the process has not finished the execution, or else the process has finished the execution. So find an index I such that both the finish of I equals to false and request is less than or equals to work. Okay, so we have to find the instance as that so request must be less than or equals to work. So if no such I exists, then go to step 4. So it is somewhat similar to Banker's algorithm, but it is not equal to Banker's algorithm. So there will be some modification from the Banker's algorithm. So work equals to work plus allocation and finish of I equals to true. So this is the third step. Okay, and if the step 2 is not working, then directly go to step 4, that is finish of I equals to false for some process I to n, then the system is in deadlock state. That means if the process has not finished the execution, then it is in a deadlock state. So here 1 to n means, so if any of the process, so if in the given n number of process, if any one of the process is not uh, executing, then it is in a deadlock state. Or else so it or else then, or else if the process, all the process are uh, executing successfully, then it is not in deadlock state. Okay, so algorithm requires an order of big O of m into n square operations to detect whether the system is in deadlock state. Okay, so we are going to know about this deadlock detection algorithm using an example here. Okay, so this is the example we are taking. So allocation, so here we are having the allocated resources, requested resources and available. So available is initially given as 0, 0, 0. Okay, so here each and every resource, we can consider the resource A as CPU, resource B as a printer and resource C as hard disk. And process P0 is requesting for, so one instance of printer, right? So multiple instance, so we are solving a deadlock detection algorithm for multiple instance. Okay, so that's why here, so we're having for each resource type, we are having the multiple number of instances like 3, 2, 1, 0, like that. 3, 2 and more, right? If we are using a single instance, means there will be only one resource, right? So now let us solve the deadlock detection algorithm here. Okay, so here, so first of all, assign work equals to available. So what is the value here? Work equals to available. So what is the work value? So work equals to available. Okay, so let us suppose it as a work equals to available, and then a request must be less than or equals to work. Okay, so here finish of y equals to false, that means the process p0 is not executed, right? So we are selecting the process p0, and request is less than or equals to work, right? So request is less than or equals to work. So 000 is, so here 000 is less than or equals to 000, right? So this is true. Okay, so now what will happen? So the work is equals to work plus allocation. Okay, so now what will happen? Work equals to work plus allocation, that is work is 0 plus allocation. What is allocation value of P0? 0, 1, 0. Okay, so this is a 0, 1, 0. So work will become 0, 1, 0. So this is the new value of work, which is available resource. So 0, 1, 0. Okay, and the what will happen here? Finish of I equals to true. So that means finish of 0 will become true, right? So finish of process P0 will become true. That means the P0 is executed successfully here. So now let us go to the next one, P1. Okay, so how the P1 is, we have selected the process P1 which is false. That means it has not executed here, right? P1 is false, and the request must be less than or equals to work. Okay, so request must be, so 202 must be less than or equals to 010, right? So 202 is less than or equals to 010, so which is not satisfying. So that means here, so P1 is not executed successfully. Okay, so next one is process P2 is false since it has not executed here, and request is less than or equal to 001 is less than or equals to work. Okay, so we are checking that 001 is less than or equal to 010 or not. Okay, it is not less than or equals to work, so that's why P2 will also not execute successfully here. Now what will happen? So we are checking for the process P3. Okay, so select the finish of P3 equals to false. That means P3 has not executed here. And then request must be less than or equals to work in the given algorithm, right? So request is less than or equals to work. So it is also not satisfying. Okay, and then take the next process P4. Okay, select the process finish of P4 equals to false. That means it has not executed here. And then request must be less than or equals to work. So 002 is less than or equals to work. Okay, so this one is also not satisfying here, right? 002 is not a less than or equals to work. Okay, so this one will also not work. So that means here the process the given table is in given process are in unsafe state. That means there is a chance of leading to deadlock. Okay, so here there is a chance of leading to deadlock for the given given set of states. So here finish of I equals to false, right? Then the system is in deadlock state. Okay, here only P0 is working successfully and the remaining process are not executing successfully. Okay, so that's why this given table is in deadlock state. Okay, so this is about the deadlock detection algorithm. Thanks for watching my video. Thank you.